Hi everyone. I'm very sorry for the lack of updates. This is the update. So I noted that in this video, I really don't know how I'm going to edit the video because normally I just slice in and out because I storyboard as I create the video, just like right now. But with the content that I've already created, the intent was to post it right away, but I haven't, of course. So we'll see how I will edit the video. I'm about to give you a little quick short summary of what's happened in the last little while. For those of you who watched the video from beginning to end, thank you very much. For those of you who want more details, the little bits of summary I'm about to give, just click on the video description down below to expand it, and I'll do my best to do a little table of content chapter links, and you can click on it for more details. So yes, the summary. I've had a few appointments, such as with the surgeon to check on my wound. I've been cleared to start doing more things, but of course, as I was more specific to give more questions, such as certain body weights, it was a no, 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 no. But everything within tolerance. So I'm going to give it a go because I want to build back some core strength, get ready for summer where I want to be out and about. You know, I want to be out. So I want to get some more strength so that I don't start like sweating it out just from having a longer walk or enjoying time at the beach with the family if I can, because I'll have to be very well shaded and hydrated. Because what happened in just last week Wednesday, I ended up in the hospital due to a dehydration issue due to a stomach bug. So again, more details on that down below if you want to click and listen to that little bit there. I have recovered from that right now. As you can see, I'm quite happy and it looks like I'm doing quite well because I am. And yeah, my second chemo was supposed to happen this past Friday. So Wednesday I was in ER, and then 2 days later it was supposed to be my second chemo, but that didn't happen. And that's because we decided, we being with the oncologist, talking with the oncologist, that, well, I haven't fully recovered from the stomach bug because my ileostomy output was still ultra liquid instead of being really thick. Yeah, it was thick here and there, but just not good enough. So why give my immune a kick in the butt again and potentially need to check into ER every other day or just be hospitalized? So we've skipped it, and I haven't gotten a phone call to have it rescheduled for this week yet because it would have to happen sometime this week, because my next scheduled chemo, which is my third chemo, but will now be my second chemo, is June 10th. So for those of you who are curious, June 10th is my next chemo. That's going to be next Friday. Today is March 31st, okay? So, yeah, that's the update in a nutshell. And again, I just want to thank you everyone for your loving support. If you've been dropping off meals for us, thank you so much, Janice and I and the children. We absolutely appreciate it, and we just can't say thank you enough times. And for those of you who I have been able to open the door to say thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. For those of you who I haven't been able to thank in person yet or whatnot, oh my goodness, just know that I'm very thankful and appreciative of everything that you're doing for us. Thank you for all your love and support and prayers and your messages. If I haven't responded to your message yet, I'm so sorry. I'm not being rude. I probably read it at some weird time or when I wasn't feeling well. So feel free to message me back again, and I will do my best to respond back. Okay. Yeah, I am doing quite well right now. I always I keep my eyes on the Lord, and I draw my strength from Him, my happiness, and my strength Himself. Like, He gives us physical strength too by helping us in our body. Oh, sorry, this thing gave up. And so, I mean, case in point, moments ago I had gone for a 5.5 km walk. I tried jogging for the first time in a little while. I wanted to give my heart a little bit of cardio, and as I mentioned, I wanted to build up some strength. Short distance jogging, we're talking about 75 meters, sometimes maybe 100 meters, but usually about 75 meters. And pull a watch, I kept myself in check. I probably should have stopped on the fifth little quick short jog that I did, but on the seventh one I was just really like, I was really dogging, and I felt like sitting on the ground to recover. So that's when I stopped and then did a few more later on as I recovered. And that's just because with my Portacath right here, and you may or may not be able to see in the video the tube, I can feel it, and I can obviously physically feel it too. Wow, it's an interesting sensation with my heart pulsing. So I was trying to figure out how that felt. That's something I have to get used to now. Anyways, and I also, again, I already mentioned several times building strength and core strength, but I'll probably insert a little video somewhere while I'm yapping to show you the veins in my legs, and that's another reason why I wanted to get out there and give myself some better exercise. So yeah, thank you so much, and let's see how the rest of this video will be edited. Ciao. Right, we're off to my first chemo, and it's going to be a very low dosage. I'm not even sure if I'm going to get the bottle anymore, but we'll find out very soon, and I'll share. Right, Janice? Yeah. And how many of you parents recognize this? Remember those little paddings you used for your infant, toddlers, and as they're growing up on the car seat belts? Well, I have it double padded so that the pressure on my port isn't going to be a lot, and so it doesn't hurt. I haven't been taking painkillers, and I do that on purpose so then I can feel the pain, so then I know to stop doing anything. And I'm glad to report that I think it's okay. Like I can wash my hair and everything, and lift my arm. I can put my t-shirt and shirt on, no problem. Taking off is a little bit difficult at the moment for whatever reason, but I think by tomorrow it'll be pretty good. All right. Anyways, off to the hospital. In my many discussions with folks, I've come to realize a lot of people aren't aware that RGH has the Cancer Care Clinic. It's a branch of the BC Cancer Association. I'd love to show you around, however, there's just a lot of other patients around, so I need to respect their privacy. The nurses here, they're top-notch. They're very kind and all. Here, because I'm a hard find now due to my hydration issue, we're trying to warm up my arm so that the blood vessels can show a bit more. If you missed in my last video, we cannot use my Portacath yet because it's not ready. It's still healing.
What happened to Bridget, where, if you're not actually seeing the actual way.
And the bruising that I see down below is expected, right?
What's that?
The bruising that I see down below is expected, most likely.
It's still pretty swollen, yeah.
Yeah. That's okay. It hasn't been 10 days. Oh, there goes the first chemo. All done. Janice, how do you feel?
I'm okay.
And I'm obviously okay. Happy as usual. Although I think Janice is the one who usually smiles a lot more. I'm feeling alright, and as you can see, I'm walking. No instant side effects, which is great. No baby bottle today. So my second chemo will be the full deal. Today is just the mini one because I had to go through a little IV port line. So yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm gonna head home now and rest up. All the weeds. Hi everyone, this is Saturday, the day after my chemo, which was just yesterday on Friday, and it's been more than 24 hours now. It's been about 28 hours, and I know in the last little clip I mentioned I was feeling really good. You saw me walking. It's probably just going off adrenaline, because I'll be honest and tell you right now that just a few hours afterwards when I got home, I was feeling just terrible. I was feeling so nauseous, and I really wanted to vomit. I was having difficulty taking a nap, and I was getting close to dinner time, and just was not feeling good at all. But that was, at that moment, I let out a little battle cry and said, Lord Jesus, by the convictions I believe, I need you to take away this nauseousness so I can eat, because I need nutrients in my body. Being at the hospital, it threw off my schedule, and I just didn't have anything in my body. I had, just a teeny bit to eat while I was at the hospital with whatever we packed. It's just the duration of the chemo went from, we checked in at 10:15 and we didn't leave till 2:30 p.m. So it was a lot longer than we had anticipated, and so it really threw off my scheduling and how I was trying to stay hydrated and have food in my body. So that was the lesson learned. I'm going to do better next time. But yes, God was good. Lord Jesus Christ took away that nauseousness. I literally jumped out of my bed and went, I feel great. So I got dinner into my body. Now, going into the night, I had a lot of difficulty sleeping, and I know that's a side effect of the meds, but I did, just what I could, just kept sleeping, and wherever I could get my half an hour to 45-minute nap, I did, which was great. But about 7 a.m., it took a little bit longer to empty my bag and everything, and just out of nowhere, the whole night, the whole evening and night, I was doing a lot of burping, just a lot of gas coming out from nowhere. So I guess part of the meds, I'm gonna have to ask the doctors. Yeah, I know I didn't get a lot of exercise in. I only put in about 8,000 steps yesterday, and could have probably used more fresh air. So I don't know if that has to do with a little bit of the gas that was stuck in me. But 8,000 steps not terrible, but it's nowhere up in my norm. Anyway, so at 7 a.m. I did throw up a little bit, and it was my dinner of all things, like more than 12 hours. So obviously the meds have done something to my intestine, which makes it even more difficult because I was already trying to figure out with my ileostomy. But as I just explained moments ago, probably the scheduling of my eating, my hydration threw it right off. I was just really surprised to see dinner come up at that time. It was chicken. But anyways, today I'm doing a little bit better. After the vomit, I still had a lot of dry vomits, so nothing comes out, but you go through the motion of it. And did some walking inside the house, up and down the stairs. I was gonna go for a walk, but instead, as you saw, I was showing you all the weeds. So I'm weeding instead, and I like gardening. The rewards of seeing what you do, the rewards of after you clean up is just amazing, and you get to enjoy it. But I think the other reason why I really like gardening is just because it's life. It's such a pure form of life. Just things grow, good or bad, and it's really up to nature in itself with how things have been sprinkled and seeded and pollinated to grow, or if it's a garden that's being taken care of, up to the gardener. And so it's almost like a reflection of your life. How lazy you are, or how on top of things you are. Do you stay on top of maintenance? Do you do a little bit at a time, or do you go, okay, I'm gonna do it all in one shot and just really tire myself out? And most of the time when you do it all in one shot, it's not really a good job, let's be honest, and that's why there's maintenance. So normally I start on this in February, but we all know where my life has been this year, and definitely beginning of March. But again, we know how I was feeling because now the soil is just so uh, it's so wet from all the rain that we got, so all the roots are really deep in there, so it's really hard. But anyways, I'm doing the best I can. It's not too bad. I'm getting good exercise out of it, but for me it's quite a reflection of my Christian life too. It's maintenance, and it's a daily communion with God. And when you slip out of that, kind of like looking at the weeds, you got a whole bunch of things that you're like, ooh, yeah, I could have done better in those situations. Now look what that led to. So I think that's another reason why I really like gardening. And as you guys saw from the week before, my wonderful neighbor Logan came to cut my grass, and thankfully, as part of my maintenance, even though I wasn't feeling good, I had spent a whole day. When I say a whole day, it really only took about a total of 1.5 hours of thatching my whole lawn, and I filled up the whole green bin with a shovel, compacting it, thatching, pulled it all out, and the grass looked very bare with a lot of soil. And then the key thing was to overseed, so that you can crowd out any of the weeds. And as you can see, the grass does look pretty good. Still not where I want it to be, but that's okay given my condition and that I can't really do anything. And I'm so thankful for my neighbor coming over to cut the grass. It was my fault that I didn't tell him to cut the grass a little bit taller, so he went really short. So a lot of the baby grass that grew, some of it has been ripped out. But you know what? It's fine. It's totally fine. Anyways, I will switch over to the front camera so you can see what I've done with the weeding so far. Lots of little loose greens, but don't worry about them. They get in right into the roots to clear out all the weeds, and even underneath the cedar trees and all around them. And so here's an example of what I mean by it's too late or too early, depending on how you want to look at it. Normally, the soil wouldn't be this wet, so like I said, too late or too early. And as you can see, it's really stuck in there, and it's going to take a lot of work to get the soil out. And if not careful, when I'm just shoveling it out, I might still be leaving roots in there that's just going to grow back again. Of course, it's a never-ending battle until the new townhouses are built and they take care of everything on that side, and that's why it's been spreading over. It's been like that since we moved in with the previous homeowner, before the home was knocked down, but it is what it is. So yeah, normally I'd be able to take something like the garden claw and stomp into it and loosen all the soil and just be able to easily pull everything out when the soil is not as wet. But I can't do that today either because my portacath, my whole right shoulder is, I gotta baby it. So that's why I'm using the tools with my left hand. But I think I might have to stop soon because this is actually proving to be a little bit difficult at the moment. And I don't feel like I know it's very tempting to just pull and make things look nice, but it's super temporal, like just 1 or 2 weeks. So it's better to, I'm just gonna have to be patient. I'm gonna have to wait till the soil dries out because it's been raining a lot. And then that way I can maybe, by then my shoulder will be better with the portacath, and then I can use the garden claw to loosen up stuff a little bit. And then from there be able to pull it out. Anyways, thanks for watching. I know this update has kind of become like a gardening update now, but hey, it's something I like to do, so I'm sharing it with you. As always, if you have questions, comments, or anything, leave it down below and I'll answer when I can. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.
Hey everyone. So I'm on the way to hospital again, and that's because last night, or rather in the evening after dinner, it was like a light switch again. I was feeling great, like seriously really good. My ileostomy output was only around 400-ish at that time, which is perfectly fine. So it meant I would have ended the day at about 850 to 1,000 milliliters. I was feeling so good that I even took my time washing the car, but it was like a light switch, and it was like a road train. You know, those road trains in Australia, huge long rigs. It felt like multiple of them ran me over, and that it's still dragging me on right now. What ended up happening was that every 40 minutes to 60 minutes, I had to empty my bag as ultra liquid output, so a form of diarrhea, and that kept going on from 7:30 in the evening all the way till now, and by now specifically about 8 a.m. in the morning, and right now it's slowed down a little bit to needing to empty about 450 milliliters on average on each empty. 450 milliliters, and I'm telling you, by the hour, it's slowed down now to about an hour and a half to that quantity. But I'm really dehydrated. I've lost about 10.5 pounds, and honestly, making this video, even though I look good, taking a lot of energy to talk, and my heart rate's in the hundreds. So it's some sort of stomach bug. And I will disclose that unfortunately Madeline right now is at home and she's sick, so she's been vomiting. It hit us both around, well, for her it came at midnight, vomiting, but little kids, kind of like me as a little kid, she probably already wasn't feeling well in the evening, but didn't say much because children don't say much. And it wasn't until she had to actually vomit at midnight, and then she vomited again around, was it 2, 3 a.m. and then again in the morning. So yeah, I hit Janice and Timothy first a few days ago, and then us now. So here we go to the hospital. I was supposed to get a liver scan today. We've canceled that, but it has to happen. So we'll have to figure it out. And they said the next available appointment date is in November, which is like, it's got to happen sooner than that because I need it for my chemo. Today is a Wednesday. Yes. Today is a Wednesday. And I guess while I'm at the hospital, I'll see if they can do my blood work so I can skip tomorrow. And then my chemo, if it's still a go, it's on Friday. And I'm saying if it's still a go because right now it's still complete liquid output. So if that's not under control, I don't think I should proceed with the chemo because it will worsen it. But we'll find out. I'll keep you guys updated. Thanks for listening.
It's only natural to show the good moments. Here's the bad moments. I'm starting to get very lethargic. My muscles are cramping up. And here in the bed, as I was trying to get up later to empty my bag, I couldn't even do that because I started seeing stars and blacking out. Alright, I decided to include this clip because it's the first time my Portacath gets to be used. And so this is Nurse Chris. He's a wonderful guy and he knows I'm posting this on YouTube. He's cleaning out the Portacath site, and here he is inserting in the needle. It was quite the feeling, if you just think about it, putting a needle into your chest, and yeah, it's a different type of feeling. Great nurse. He spent the time explaining a lot of things to me, and as it went in, at this point, it's actually been about 4.5
4.5 to 5 hours since I've gone through triage, and I actually haven't seen the doctor yet. So he's only allowed to put in 100 milliliters per hour. It's better than nothing, but I was really hoping for like 999 an hour. Ended up being just 500 milliliters an hour, and I got 2 liters of IV. No need for electrolytes because my blood works came back with the electrolytes showing that I was good. So that's a testimony to how I've been eating and drinking. I had to advocate for the 3rd IV, which I did get.
Alright, that's another episode of staying in is it a 4 or 5 star hotel? Yes.
You decide.
Anyways, gonna go home and hope that I can continue on with the hydration and that this bug has left me, right? Yeah, so I'm still feeling a little bit exhausted. Heart rate's back in the mid 80s. Not that I believe that's the greatest, but that's my new norm. No longer 50, and definitely not above 100. So, going home. I don't know if the camera's picking it out, but my stoma's going off like crazy. Yeah, there it goes.
Hi Madeline, are you feeling better? Yep, you're on the mend? No more vomiting, right? Yeah, but we're still keeping you out of school for a little while just in case so that we don't pass anything on to other people. It's actually the next day after I checked out from the hospital from checking in for my dehydration, just getting the 3 liters in. I wanted more. Case in point, right now I am dehydrated again. I've dropped another 5.5 pounds from when I checked out of the hospital, of which when I weighed myself when I got home, I only gained about roughly 7 pounds of the 10.5 pounds that I lost. So as much as I'm being told that, well, you should be at equilibrium, I disagree. Also because last night the output in my ileostomy kept coming out. So at 2:30 in the morning, I actually snuck downstairs and I had a peanut butter sandwich and I was eating marshmallows and banana and everything, just really trying to thicken my output. Anyways, here we are. The next day I'm going in for blood work to get those to get the markers for my cancer treatment so that they see where I am. And the hope is, since I am dehydrated right now, but not as bad as yesterday, that my oral hydration keep up. It's kind of coming straight out into my ileostomy bag again as expected, but we're gonna hope for the best today. Going to eat as much as I can that is thickening agents again, like bananas, peanut butter. That marshmallow trick, it was my first time doing it. It was suggested many times by the ileostomy nurse. Man, marshmallows are sweet. Is that why you like them, Madeline? Yeah, of course. And in hot chocolate too. Oh my goodness, so sweet. So anyways, the hope is that I won't croak out tonight and I can hang tight till tomorrow morning's chemotherapy, and that way, worst case, I can ask the doctor then to pop in a bunch of IV into me as well and get me back to true equilibrium before the chemo kicks in and makes things worse again. So yeah, off to the hospital again to get blood work. Thank you, Janice, for driving me, as always. This is already the next day. It's a Friday, so I'm at the cancer care clinic, and I'm getting more IV, so no treatment as per the summary at the start of this video.
Didn't take any video with the ostomy nurse, Maria, but she was able to take out a few more sutures here, but unfortunately there's a few that my skin grew over, so we're going to have to wait for it to pop up again, and we can see it. So IV still going, so we're just going to have to wait, but I'm feeling quite a bit better with more fluids in my body, so